The most important thing for a YouTuber to get right is their first impressions. Now, we talk a lot about clickbait and in the titles, in your thumbnails, sometimes even in the video, where you'll be like, stay to the end to find out the epic surprise, and sometimes it ends up being totally underwhelming. Actually, let's not lie to ourselves, with a lot of videos it does end up being rather underwhelming. But you can't really argue with the results that these videos have. They get millions and millions of views and usually end up doing a lot better than a lot of other videos do. Point in case, the .exe videos, or a lot of the League of Legends content that's on the channel now uses these large yellow text with outlines and stuff. I'll actually even put an example up on the, I can't use cameras, on screen over here for a thumbnail that is pretty common of League of Legends commentary these days. And the reason why this is so important is because the most important thing to get a grasp on YouTube is your first impression. Now, you may be wondering, why is this the first thing that you talk about when it comes to the channel name change, which is probably what I'm going to be titling this video, or it's going to be the first video that you see following the kind of visual revamp of the channel as it is now. Now, the reason I bring that up is because I was feeling for a very long time that the first impressions that my channel was giving off were not good, basically. I guess that's the most simple way I can put it. But to explain a little bit further, the name Fox Ice Pancakes I came up with about 5 years ago when I was combining my favorite animal, which are foxes, because I think they're adorable, combined with my favorite breakfast food, which I'm sure you can probably figure out what that is by now. And it was so juvenile, and yet it fits so well that I thought it was just kind of a fun name, something that I could go along with for a while. And it actually did work out pretty well, though I don't think that the channel name was what got people into this channel. It was one video that it just so happened to clickbait people into watching. As time went by, I kind of found that when I started talking to more people in my life about my YouTube channel and saying, like, yeah, I make videos, the thing that I was most embarrassed by was the name. Firstly, because it was juvenile and wasn't really befitting of the channel style, and secondly, the sort of furry connotations it had with it. Now, I've played Rainbow Six for, I think, nearly 500 hours according to my Steam playtime, and I've put thousands of hours into League of Legends at this point. I'm okay with being called a number of things, but I don't want that to be the first impression that people have coming onto the channel. I want people to feel like there isn't anything that's going to weird them out, because I know that the furry fandom on the internet weirds everyone out, including myself. I think that part of the internet is bizarre. And I don't want that sort of bizarre feeling that I get hearing about furry things. And for some reason, there's like Fursuit Friday that trends every Friday here in Canada. I don't want that to be the first thing that people think of when they see my channel. I want this to be a commentary and review channel, which it has been. But when it comes to those first impressions, I don't think that the title or the channel name that I had and the profile picture was very befitting of a commentary channel name, I suppose. And by putting my name and my face and this sort of different title into my channel name, I think that I kind of go beyond those stereotypes, and it's just a name at this point. So where does this name Sojourner Kai come from? First off, it's just my name, Kai. Nice to meet you. I'm sure that some of you have already known because I posted about my background on Twitter a little bit ago, and it has my name on the bottom, as you can see right there. And the Sojourner part comes entirely from having lived internationally and moving around quite a bit throughout my life. I don't think there's actually a single house that I've stayed in for more than 4 years, and in the last 4 years alone, I've moved 10 separate times. Not because I've been getting kicked out, it's just because of some traveling things that I've done and having to live in different places because of academics or because of just situations that I've been in here and there. Even when I've been in university, I lived 1 year on the dorms, 1 year outside of the dorms, and then I moved houses after that first year just because of location convenience. And sojourner, by definition, according to the dictionary, is someone who lives in a location for a temporary amount of time. And I thought that really kind of fit, it seemed to really fit the kind of my personality and my upbringing in my life, and so it tied into that part of me in a way. It was a way to make the name more creative, but also be tied into what I do, who I am, and then also then being like, because this is who I am, this is what I can then display on the channel. And I know it sounds kind of weird to say this is who I am, oh, you know, big face reveal and everything, but I feel that there were things that I was being assumed of in my previous channel name that isn't quite as bad with this new one. Sojourner Kai can be kind of thrown away, because you just know my name's Kai. I'm just here. The Sojourner part kind of makes it a little more fun, a little more personality or interesting, instead of using my full name like a lot of other commentary channels do. And what does this change mean for the future of the channel? Well, it doesn't really mean that the future is going to be changing a whole lot. The only thing that's really going to change is that some of my longer reviews will feature segments like this that will have better audio once I get it figured out. Better audio with face cam sections like this. So the Captain Mediocre review, for example, which is probably one of my best videos I've ever made, the problem that I have with that video, personally from an editing standpoint, was that there were points where a lot of the editing felt very stale, and there wasn't a lot that was breaking it up. So for a large segment of it, or maybe even the majority of the video, because I don't watch it all that much, there were sections where all I was doing was using the same transition over and over again, and the video kind of falls apart at a certain point. I feel like if there's segments where I allow myself to insert sections in like this with my face in the video, and I'm talking about the movie or a specific segment, and then transition into more clips and footage, it will help kind of break up and the pace of the video and make it a little more visually interesting. But aside from that, I don't plan on putting face cam into a lot of my videos. I don't plan on putting face cam into my review entirely, or completely foregoing that sort of style that I've had before, because I think that that editing is still valuable in itself. It's just that this now helps me make longer reviews. I want to make reviews on JoJo, the Joker movie, Celeste, this other movie that's like some spoof of the X-Men that my friend Moonwalker suggested to me. And I think if I want to make longer videos, this sort of format will help me out immensely. So it's a kind of maturing of the channel, if you want to think of it that way. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not really like trying to abandon anything. I'm just trying to see, or not trying to see, but I feel like this change is going to be something that's net positive for the channel in the future, because instead of having to worry about having my first impression, which I reiterate is very important on YouTube, be that I'm a furry, I'm from this weird part of the internet, and that I also lack maturity in my videos, to be the first impression that I want to forego that. I want to go past that now. I want to move on to something better than what that was before. Besides, I'm pretty sure that most people who have subscribed to this channel did not subscribe because of the name, and they haven't, people who stuck around have come to just associate my videos with, I hope, good quality commentary and review. In fact, there's even been a point, I'm not sure if you even noticed in my videos, but there was a point where I stopped using the cartoon character that I drew in my videos because I was afraid of how the furry sort of connotation was coming across. And because I haven't used it really all that much in my videos and only introduced myself as Fox Likes Pancakes in a couple of videos recently, I don't think that the old moniker will really be missed. I don't really miss the moniker either. This video is really just to kind of update you guys on what's happening, because I care about what you think. I care about you keeping updated on what I have to do or what I am doing on this channel to keep it going. And even though I don't want to continue doing update videos, and I generally use Twitter for whenever I do have a content update, I think that this video is necessary, because sometimes you may not see the Twitter thing, and the YouTube thing is YouTube is the only place that you'll be able to get your information, and ergo, here we are. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy my future content that's coming out under the new moniker, and if you have any suggestions or comments or anything, just leave them down below. I'll see you on the flip side. Goodbye.